Hello, everybody. My name is Aggie Reyes, and this is going to be the official 2020 cookie program training. So, sorry we missed you at one of our face-to-face trainings. So, I'm going to do this webinar as informative as I can. If you have any questions after this, please make sure you feel free to contact myself, Deborah, or your service unit cookie manager who has already taken the training. So, let's go ahead and start. I believe you can see my screen. Okay, so here we go. At our trainings, we do start with the Girl Scout Promise and Law. We will not do that here. So something amazing always happens when a girl participates in the Girl Scout Cookie program. She gains the power to wow the world. And as I'm sure you guessed already, wow the world is the theme of our cookie program this year. Every year for fall product and cookies, there is a different theme and mascot. So the theme this year is this wow the world, and the mascot is the butterfly. So I just want to send a quick shout out to our product sales committee members, also known as our secret shoppers. And the reason I say our secret shoppers is because they have been given certificates to go to cookie booths during the 2020 cookie program. They are not cookie cops. They are not there to police any booths. They are there just to say, hey, great job. And if there are some corrections that need to be made, they will kindly make those suggestions. But many, in fact, most of the decisions that were made for the 2020 cookie program were ran by the people who are listed here. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you to them. And as those decisions that were made by them come up on our screen, I will let you know which those are. So thank you to them. So on our agenda, we are going to review the forms that you all should be receiving, our new operating model or our direct sale, our new cookie booth method, our new covered drop process with the times, and our new recognition process. These are the forms you will be receiving from your service unit cookie chair. You will receive an ACH form. That must be turned into Deborah. If you did not participate in the fall product program, that means we do not have one on file for you. So you do need to get that in order for you to participate in the program. You will get a new form for Cookies for a Cause. That one we want for you all to display at your cookie booths, but I'll go more into detail on that one. There will be a money handling procedures form. There is a parent permission form as well. You should be receiving one per girl. Same with the order card, one per girl, money envelope, one per girl. The Troop Cookie Manager position form, that we need immediately. Your initial order is due December 9th, which is next Monday. So in order for you to get access to eBuddy, you need to get us this form, and that's how we give you access. And then you will also receive one package of Lemon Ups. So this is the way the Cookie Manager form looks. The front does have your details on your position, and the back is the form that we need filled out for us to give you access. The form on the left-hand side is the ACH form. This is how we are going to collect money from your troop for cookies. In the past, we used to have you all send us a money order, a check, or even call in with a credit card. We are no longer doing that. You are going to give us a voided check to your troop account. If you don't have any checks, that's okay. You could just fill in the routing number and the account number, and we will use that as well. The money handling procedures is on the right-hand side. This next form, the discrepancy report on your left-hand side, you will not receive. That one is on our website. In fact, all these forms are on our website already. They were put up there by by Donna yesterday. So all of these forms are up there already. This discrepancy report is in case you need it. That is why you will not get it in your package, because you may not need it. So this form would be for an NSF check. If your troop does receive an NSF check, you would fill this out and get this to us. If you have any delinquencies, which are people who still owe you money, that's what you would fill out. And it actually tells you A, B, and C, what is needed with each of those items. And C is counterfeit money. Believe it or not, customers do pay us with $1, $5, $10 counterfeit bills. So my suggestion to you would be is with your troop money, either go buy a counterfeit pen for you guys to have at your cookie booths. But in case you don't, that is okay. The bank will not deposit that money into your account. In fact, they're going to confiscate it. So if they do that, you need to ask them for a report stating that they confiscated that money, and then fill this out, get it to us, and we will not hold you accountable for the counterfeit money. On the right hand side is the parent permission form, and new this year is it is in a carbon copy format. And the reason we did that is because, believe it or not, a lot of our parents will come back and say, well, I didn't know I was responsible for these cookies that I ordered. Well, from here on, there is no excuse, because they need to be reading. You also need to make sure they know what they are signing up for. They need to sign it and give you back the original, and they keep a copy, and that is where it states where they are financially responsible for all orders that they have placed, any cookies they have received as well. Cookies for a Cause, as I mentioned, is the one on the left-hand side. This is the flyer we want you all to put at your cookie booths. Then this is your your order card, and then your money envelope. All right. So I do need to tell you that these next slides are under embargo. Well, the Lemon Up is under embargo until January 7th. On January 7th, GSUSA is going to do a big launch nationally to promote and announce the new Girl Scout cookie. That doesn't mean you can't tell your troops or your parents or your girls about it. We want you to. We just can't be sharing these slides on social media yet, not until after January 7th. So we are getting rid of the Savannah Smiles, and we now have a new cookie called the Lemon Up. If you haven't tried it, as I mentioned, you will get one package per troop. Try it. I think it's really good. It's going to do really well. What's really neat about these cookies is that each cookie that's in there has a special message. So it has 8, as you can see on your screen. Some say I'm a go-getter, I'm an innovative, I am innovative, I'm a risk taker, I'm a leader, I am bold, I am creative, I am strong, and I am gutsy. This is your 2020 lineup. We have the same cookies that we did last year, except for the Savannah Smiles. As I mentioned, we have replaced that with the Lemon Ups, and they still are $4 a box, except for our 2 on the right-hand bottom side, which are our s'mores and our toffee-tastic. Those are $5.50. Also, GSUSA announced and are kicking off new packaging this year. This is what they look like. As you can see on the screen, it kind of looks like the box is wearing a Girl Scout sash or a sash. That's why it has that the picture running diagonal like that. These are actual Girl Scouts that are from GSUSA. 2 years ago, they announced a Cookie Pro contest where the girls had an opportunity to be the face of the cookies, and these are actual girls from our GSUSA membership. They're not models, they're Girl Scouts who won and were flown to New York to have this photo shoot. So congratulations to them, and I believe their story is on the packaging as well. So why do we sell cookies? So these are our numbers. I like to give you all a few numbers so you all know where we're at as a council. This past cookie season, we had 3,129 girls that sold cookies. The year before that, we had 3,309. This past season, we also had 250 troops that sold cookies, and the year before, we had 275. Our per girl average is 275 at our council. And nationally, the per girl average is 160. So we are at 115 over. So that's amazing. That's great news because that means we are above the national average. This past year, we sold 72,186 cases or 866,232 packages. This slide right here, I love this slide. This is probably my favorite slide in the entire PowerPoint. I did steal this slide from ABC Bakers. That's why it has that little ABC emblem on the bottom. But I think it's very, very important for you all to know this information. So what you're seeing right now are the top 9 cookies that were sold in the United States last year. Out of those 9, 3 of them were Girl Scout cookies. Now, remember, when you go to the store, grocery stores, convenience stores, anywhere you go, they sell cookies. In fact, they have aisles dedicated to cookies. And as you see, number 1 is our Oreo double stuff. Number 2 is Pepperidge Farm. Number 3 are Girl Scout Thin Mints. Number 4 are Caramel Delights or our Samoas. And number 9, you see our Girl Scout Peanut Butter Patties or our Tagalongs. To me, this speaks volumes because that means our customers love our cookies. We sell nationally Girl Scout cookies for 6 to 8 weeks out of a year. And in just those 6 to 8 weeks out of the year, we have 3 that are in the top 9. So that is amazing, and that just speaks volumes of our brand. Okay, so nationally, this is the sales by variety from Little Brownie Baker Councils. As you can see, and probably no surprise to anybody, our Thin Mints are number 1 at 27.8%. This is our variety. This is what our council sells. Still staying with the national trend, 24.1 is our Thin Mints. And one of the things that Little Brownie likes to share with other councils, especially about our council, is that we are very high compared to the national average on our non-chocolates. So if you saw the previous slide that Savannah Smiles is 6.5, ours is 7.3. The trefoils nationally are 9.1, and for us they're 12.4. So our council does sell quite a bit of the non-chocolate cookies. We also sell cookies because it's a tradition. How many of you still have your sash from when you sold cookies? But a lot of you raised your hand or are nodding your head right now. It also helps sustain and expand our programs. The benefit for the girls are goal setting, money management, business ethics, decision making, and people skills. Or the girls don't even know that they're doing this. They're just learning these lifelong skills that they're gonna take with them forever. And then the recognitions. Recognitions are cumulative. They will be in between May and June. Please make arrangements to pick up your troops orders promptly. Any recognitions not picked up 30 days after you are notified will become property of the council, and we cannot guarantee that your recognitions will be available after those 30 days. To me, this is very important. Till this day, till right now, I am sitting in my office, and next door to me is Deborah's office, and there is still troops that have not picked up their recognitions. To me, that is very sad, because that means those are girls' rewards. These girls stood in front of Walmarts. These girls stood in front of people, went door to door, and their hard work is still sitting in our office. So let's make sure that when you get that call saying your rewards are in, please pick them up. Excuse me. So these are our recognitions this year. We have actually gone from 7 levels to over 14 levels of rewards. One of the ones we're excited about is at the 800 level, we have added an experience, which will be a dolphin cruise. We will get more information on that as the time comes. At the 1100 level, we have added a choice. We are not taking Sandy Ridge away from our awesome resident camp director, Chuck. However, we did add an option to that. When I was going around for the fall product trainings, I had a few girls actually come up to me and say, how come we cannot offer anything else but resident camp? And I was confused because I said, what do you mean? Did you not go to resident camp? And they told me, they said, no, we don't like going to resident camp. And that's okay. There's girls who love resident camp and people, adults as well, and some just do not like camp. So I heard them. I came back to my office, I ran a report, and I found out that there was 29 girls who won this award, the 1100 level, and did not go to camp. So that means that 29 girls earned this, sold till 1100, and did not get it, the reward. So we are adding that option of either the 1 week of resident camp or the home movie bundle. And what that is a projection screen, that is a projector, and a Blu-ray player so they can watch movies or TV at their home. At 2000, we added some choices where the girls can earn the portable ping pong table or an Echo Dot. At 2500, the girls can earn an archery set or a telescope. And at the 3000 level, we are going to the Girl Scout GSUSA National Convention. And however, we did have to add a choice because we understand that this is during school. It is in October. It is October 22nd through the 26th. We do realize that some girls cannot miss school. So we added the option of a laptop just in case they cannot go. So our mascot, the butterfly, her name is Bella. All our mascots always have names. So make sure your girls know that the mascot's name is Bella. We also have this year rewards for digital cookies and cookies for a cause. So right here, as you can see on the right side, those are cumulative, except for the cookies for a cause and the online. However, the 125, the mini plush dangler, and the inflatable ottoman, those are a combination of all digital cookie, all cookies for a cause, or a combination of both. So those are additional rewards. Also this year, when your troops put your initial order, if they have a 228 per girl average, the girls that do this will earn, as you can see, that right wing, the go-getter patch, and that origami bandana. And then the troop will get one tabletop sign, and those are really, really nice. Make sure you come see it at our office, all our offices should have them so you can see them as well. And the reason you want this is because the patches, we have 3 patches the girls can earn, as you see on the top in the middle, is you build the butterfly. You build it by booth sales, which that patch you can buy at your shop. The 2020 is earned, and so is the goal getter patch, depending on the goal on the per girl average. And then Jemiah is our top cookie seller for this past cookie sale. She will be on all of our order cards, as will all future top cookie sellers be featured on our order card. I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about our cookie trip. This is girl-led. When I say girl-led, I mean it is girl-led. These girls, I do have webinars with them. They are the ones who choose their itinerary, sometimes even where we go eat, places we stop at, places we visit. I have done girl cookie trips for about 7 years now. I've taken girls to New York. I've actually taken girls to Orlando, California on cruises. So this will not be my first rodeo as far as taking girls on this trip. And the girls that can earn this trip are all girls. It would be daisies through ambassadors. The staff does chaperone the girls. They will be given that opportunity to go to the GIRL National Convention and an amusement park of their choice. Now, we have this new opportunity this year that if the girls do not want to earn rewards, well, it's not that they don't want to earn rewards. Maybe they just don't like the rewards we have to offer. They can actually choose to donate their rewards. And we have partnered up with the Junior League of Charleston. And so at those levels that you see on the screen, if the girl does not want that recognition, that reward, she can actually donate the number of packages of diapers that it states on your screen. Any girl that does this will be recognized at the Junior League annual meeting. They will attend a special Junior League and GSESC learning and social event that's only for them. And they will be recognized at the GSESC girl ceremony. And of course, they can earn that really cute patch you see in the middle of your screen. So benefits for troops and service units. Troops still receive 85 cents per package. Service units will receive 1 cent per package sold by girls in their service unit that does not include delinquent packages. So we are not doing the service unit scorecards anymore. When we did the math, we are actually giving back more to service units doing it this way than we did with the scorecard. And one thing we always want to remind our parents and our girls is that the money belongs to the troop, not individual girls. So how do we sell Girl Scout cookies? Please make sure you see our cookie rally flyer. We are having a cookie rally at Charleston on January 4th. There will be the opportunity to earn the brand new GSUSA family cookie pin. All levels are invited, and this is a really neat event that we are going to have. So these are a few decisions that were made by our cookie product sales committee, is cookies in hand. So that is, they voted on that name. So that is our direct sale model, which means no more pre-sales. Before, you used to take your order card and then order. We are not doing that anymore. That is why I mentioned at the beginning that your initial order is due December 9th, because when the sale does start on January 11th, you will have cookies in hand. Cookies for a Cause was our Operation Cookie Drop, or also known as Gift of Caring. Our product sales committee did vote to call it Cookies for a Cause. Money Mondays is, these two terms are just terms that we want out there, and that's just because we know you all have your own system and your own way of collecting money, but for those who don't, we just wanted to put some terms out there. So we were thinking Money Mondays. That is when you would tell your families to turn in money to the troop, and Turn In Tuesdays would be when the troop deposits that money into their troop account. As I mentioned, Cookies for a Cause, you all will have this flyer. Remind your customers that if they're not consuming, they can donate a box. Girls, as I mentioned, get extra rewards for these. You can bling your booth and do other ideas. I know at our old council, there was troops that used to decorate an army boot. They used to bling it out and just do, or not bling it out. They would just put their donations for Cookies for a Cause inside that boot, but some like to decorate that. So just be creative with this. So new this year, we have the Remind app. Many of you are used to using this because of your kids' school. I know I use this. I've already sent my first Remind message, I believe last night. So make sure you take a picture of this screen. I'll leave this on for a few seconds, so you can either text right now. You text at GSESC to 81010, and then you will opt in to receive messages. I am not going to bombard you, so don't worry about that. It's basically like reminders. Like the message I sent last night was a reminder about that I sent the instructions on how to do the initial order in eBuddy, but that's it. So I've only sent one out so far. So if you all want to opt in, go ahead and do so now. All right, so still this year we do have Digital Cookie. Digital Cookie is where the girls have the opportunity to sell cookies online and earn extra rewards. The customer does pay for the shipping or choose girl delivery. If the customer does choose girl delivery, either one of these, the customer is already paying for those cookies online. These are not automatically ordered for girls, so make sure that you are keeping track of those sold by the girls. Okay, and as what Little Brownie has mentioned to me is that this is actually on the troop level. It will be immediately on your troop dashboard, so be on the lookout for that as well. All right, so now we're going to talk about success through social media. So social media, we need to remind our parents that they are agreeing to follow social media guidelines once they sign the parent permission form. They can post on personal social media accounts, and they can be creative. They cannot post on eBay, Craigslist, Amazon, Marketplace, Facebook yard sales, or trading post pages. Those are not allowed by GSUSA. In fact, this is GSUSA's official guidelines. Girls are only to use the internet to market the Girl Scout Cookie Program to family and friends. The Girl Scout Cookie Program is a girl-led program, and online marketing and sales efforts should always be led by a girl while being supervised by her parents or caretakers. For safety purposes, online marketing activities through social media should always be done through accounts set to private. And should any online marketing activities identified as violation of guidance, GSUSA or the council reserves the right to intervene and request removal or remove the post. Our service unit cookie chairs will receive a really neat social, it's this really cool planner, and there is one online as well. There's a whole bunch of social media resources. There's girl success stories, recipes, special promotions, targeted season posts. There's inspirational quotes, national holiday cookie posts, all of that. There's a countdown. All of that is there for you. There's cookie trivia. There is Instagram feed. They are already set for you. You just go and borrow those filters. As mentioned, you cannot talk about the lemon ups until after January 7th, but there are filters talking about that as well. And it actually talks about the messages on each of those lemon up cookies. So as you can see, the one on the right hand on the bottom, feeling bold today like a Girl Scout, choose the lemon up. So it's basically a lot of inspirational quotes based around the cookie program as well. And this also has filters on how to get everybody pumped up for the new Lemon Up cookie. There's also new Snapchat filters that they are going to be, if you have a cookie rally, well, at our cookie rally, we are going to have that Snapchat filter. It's not just automatically, we have to set it up, so we will have it at our cookie rally. So new this year, you all as troops can accept Venmo, Square, Cash Apps, PayPal, credit cards. This does not take place of digital cookie. If you still want to get payments from digital cookie, which is absolutely free, you can, by all means, please use it. We just do not believe in putting roadblocks in front of our girls because, as you all know, a lot of people don't carry cash or checks anymore. This is how they're doing business now. In fact, I know that I Venmo my rent to my landlord every single month. This is how we do business, and this is how a lot of people do business now. So we are not saying you cannot do this anymore. I'm sorry, not accept this type of payments. However, if you do, the troop sets up any of those accounts, and the troop does pay for any fees that are associated with them. New this year, this is also a decision that our product sales committee voted on. Any customer who purchases 12 packages of cookies or more can enter the raffle to win a year supply of Girl Scout cookies or a half-year supply of Girl Scout cookies. It does state right here on this, you'll see this is already on our website as well. It says to fill out and mail by March 15th. That's not for the customer to mail to us. That's basically a reminder for you all as troop leaders that if you do have some of these customers, we need them in our council by March 15th so that we can have the raffle and choose those winners. And so if you come to the shop, if you know that there's going to be a staff member at your next service unit meeting, you can hand it to them. They'll get it to us. It doesn't mean you have to wait until March 15th. It means that as you start getting them, you can start mailing them, bring them in personally, give them to staff, however you decide. The only thing is we need them by March 15th. Okay. So at our trainings, this is the topic that we've had the most questions about is cookie booths. But I do believe that by the time I'm done with the next slides, it's about 5 or 6 slides regarding cookie booths. Most questions are answered. However, if you still have questions, please contact your service unit cookie chair, as they more than likely know the answers to all of these questions. So this year, only product sales committee or service unit cookie chairs can approach businesses for booths. Any adult supervising a booth must be a current registered Girl Scout, and that includes our dads. We love our dads. If he wants to supervise at a cookie booth, he can. He just needs to be a current registered Girl Scout member. All girls in the troop must be offered the opportunity to participate. That does not mean they have to sell. That just means they must be given the opportunity to participate. If you need to cancel a booth, please try to do so at least 48 hours in advance, anybody, so that this gives the opportunity to another troop to take that time slot. No illegal roadside booths. What that means is that I cannot just go into any random parking lot, open the trunk of my car, and sell cookies. That is not permitted at all. The other thing is, well, that's on the other slide. I'll talk about that then. And no tag-alongs are permitted. However, we do understand that sometimes we have other children that we have no supervision for. If that is the case, if I had a son, a 2-year-old son that I wanted to take to a cookie booth, I can go take my son, but basically I'm not there as part of the adult girl ratio. Basically, I'm there to watch my 2-year-old son, and the troop would need to have another registered member to be part of that ratio. And of course, as always, prepare your troop for your booth. So illegal cookie booths, this is what I was going to tell you on the previous slide. So if it is not an e-buddy, it is an illegal cookie booth. This year, every single cookie booth that is in our council needs to be an e-buddy. Every single one. If it is not, it is an illegal cookie booth. This year we can do lemonade stands. What that means is just like a lemonade stand. When your child wants to just set up a table outside of their house and sell lemonade, well, this year they can sell cookies. This is not considered a cookie booth, so this does not have to be an e-buddy. This can be at her house, at her grandma's house, at her aunt's house, whichever resident they want, as long as it's a family member. The girls are allowed to have lemonade stands, and they do not have to be an e-buddy. A parent, guardian, or family booth. This is a booth that a parent and a guardian can have with their daughters. So that means they cannot have a girl from another family. But what is allowed is, I always give this example at training, is like my husband used to do, when at our old council, he used to do a dad and daughter cookie booth. And he used to take our niece, but like he couldn't take my neighbor's daughter. It has to be within the family, and of course ratios still have to be met, but that is allowed, where it could be just a dad and his daughter, a mother and her daughters, and their niece or cousin, as long as it's family members. A church or school or troop only booth. Those are booths that are secured by a troop leader whose daughters, either their school or their church, has said, we will allow you to do cookie booths, but we only want your troop to do a cookie booth. That is still allowed. We still have to put it in e-buddy though. However, the way we set that up is we already put it in there as a read only. So basically, if Troop 555 wants to have a booth at Somerville High School, but only they can have that booth, that is okay. I still need to put it in there, and it will be as a read only, and it will be secured for Troop 555. You would get those forms from your service unit cookie chair, and then you will turn it into me, and then I will put that into e-buddy. And a troop booth is basically, as before, you secure your cookie booth through e-buddy, and of course you adhere to any of those guidelines that those locations have for you. Okay, so GSUSA booth guidelines. Let me read this one. This is official from GSUSA. The council and volunteers are encouraged to use their best judgment in setting up cookie booths in locations that will be open, accessible, and safe for all girls and potential customers. Certain locations may be inappropriate for young girls based on the standards of your local community, may negatively impact the cookie program experience for girls, and/or may negatively impact our brand in your community. For additional clarity, girls should not sell in or in front of establishments that they themselves cannot legally patronize. So what do you do when you arrive at a cookie booth? If you know that you are the first troop to arrive at a booth, check in with the manager. Ask them, introduce yourself and say, hi, thank you so much for allowing our troop to have a cookie booth here. Where would you like us to set up? Make sure that you are staying out of the way of customers. Make sure you view any notes by store manager. Those would be in e-buddy. So make sure there are some locations that I've already entered that do not want the little girls. They don't want daisies or brownies. So if you have daisies or brownies, do not select those, because that is the managers telling us they do not want the younger girls there. And then, of course, the last troop of the day should check out for the day and inform the manager, say, hey, the Girl Scouts are done for the day. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Again, it's just common courtesy. These were also decided on by our product sales committee. It was decided that premium booths for GSESC are Walmart's, neighborhood Walmart's, and Sam's Club. The decision is that 2 are permitted to be chosen by troops in the first and second round of cookie booth selections. So what that means is that the entire council is going to select cookie booths this way. In the past, you all had service unit cookie booth selections. We are not doing that anymore. We are going to be consistent around our council, through our entire council. So what that means is for cookie booths, we are going to have 3 rounds. On round one is January 5th at 7 p.m. Troops have 24 hours to make 5 select booths. Oh, wow. To select 5 booths in their service unit. So that means that out of those 5, only 2 of them can be premium booths. And then round 2 is January 12th at 7 p.m. Troops have an additional 24 hours to select 5 more booths in your own service unit. Okay, again, out of those other 5, 2 of them can be premium booths. And on round 3, which is January 17th at 7 p.m., the booths will remain open until the end of the sale, and troops can select as many booths as they desire in any location of our council. So that means if you are in Charleston and you have a family member in Myrtle Beach and you want to select a cookie booth and do a cookie booth while you're there, you can. And vice versa. Myrtle Beach can go to Florence, we can go to Orangeburg, we can go to Walterboro. Any booth that is available is up for grabs after January 17th. So more on cookie booths. This was also decided by our product sales committee. After much discussion, it was decided that the booths would be in 3-hour increments. If a troop runs out of cookies and has to leave, it is their responsibility to have a backup and have someone fill in if there is still time left in that time slot. It was also decided that booths will be held from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and Monday through Fridays, 4 to 7 p.m. Now, the thing with this is that sometimes a store doesn't open until noon. So obviously we would not have a booth there at 10 a.m. We would not start that till noon. So even though this time frame was decided, it is also decided by the store manager and their store hours. So this year we're going to do something new. We're going to have a Bling My Booth. No, it's not here yet. Bling My Booth. What that means is that's an opportunity for troops to decorate their booth on the weekend of February 21st through the 23rd. And what they do is that they are going to decorate their booth in, I asked the product sales committee, did they want to have an Olympics theme? Because next summer is the 2020 Olympics, or do wow things, which is the theme of our cookie program. And we couldn't really decide. They couldn't decide. So we said, why not do both? And so troops can do 1 or 2, they can do whichever theme they decide. So then what happens is you would take pictures of your booth, of your blinged out booth, send those pictures to me, and then I put them on a Microsoft Word, and then we send it to the board of directors, and they are the ones who choose 3 winners. We have a new opportunity this year. The Stingrays in the past has allowed 1 troop to sell cookie booths at their games. I was there last year when 1 troop was allowed right before the 3rd period started of the booth. And let me tell you, this troop sold over 500 boxes in 30 minutes. They actually ran out of cookies, and that was it. So when I saw this year, I went to the Stingrays manager and I said, hey, we need more opportunities for our girls. This was great. This was a success for our girls. Please give us more dates. And they said, okay. So what's really neat is they gave us 3 days. Saturday, January 18th, that is the day that our first cookie booth starts. They are actually allowing 2 troops, and they will be catty corner from each other, so they will not be in the same area. But at each of these games that you see on the screen, they are allowing 2 troops to do booths right before the 3rd period and after the game as well. Any troop that wins the opportunity to do this booth still has to pay to get into the game. Okay, so the way you enter this raffle is that you have to order 70% of your initial order, 70% of this, so the same amount, 70% of the initial order of last year. And I have those numbers. Also, they are on eBuddy. So as soon as you give us your order, your forms, and I give you your login, you can also check that for yourself. So the first one, as I mentioned, is January 18th, and that one is our Military Appreciation Night. These 3 days are their highest attendance sales nights. February 15th is DC Comics Night, and February 22nd is Star Wars Night. So as I mentioned, you would have to do 70% of last year's cookie initial order in order to enter the raffle to be one of these troops. Also new this year, we have been granted the opportunity to do a booth at the Northwoods Mall. Um, This one is very exciting because from what I gather, we have been trying to do a booth at their mall for many, many years, and we have not been able to. And I talked to the manager, and she has allowed us to do cookie booths there. I do believe this one will come with restrictions as far as ages because it is a mall, and they want our best Girl Scouts out there, basically. So they want, I believe they don't want daisies and brownies. I'm still waiting on the paperwork to confirm the ages of the girls they want and don't want, but I do make sure you look at those notes. So this one, to make it fair, this Northwoods Mall will be open to everybody on round 3 of cookie booths. This one will not be open during round 1 or round 2. It will not open until round 3. And this one, I already talked about this. This is our booth bash, the weekend of February 21st to the 23rd. The top 3 winners will receive a $50 gift certificate to any GSESC shop. As I mentioned, you send pictures to me by March 8th, and the board of directors will choose our winners. So now we're going to do things a little bit different when it comes to our cookie cupboard drops. Troops will place a pending order to receive cookies. You cannot just show up and expect cookies. So if you want to pick up cookies on a Tuesday, troops are required to place a pending order in eBuddy by midnight Saturday. If you want them on Wednesday, you would do it by Sunday. If you want it on Thursday, you would order by Monday. And if you want on Friday, you would do it by Tuesday. And the reason we need this time is because this is how we are going to keep really good track of our inventory, so that if we do run out of cookies, we have at least 48 hours to get those cookies for you. And this is the grid, our cookie cupboard drop grid. So I am not going to, we're pretty much halfway through this webinar. I'm not going to send you or go over how to place an initial order right now, how to reorder cookies, how to select cookie booths, how to transfer cookies, or how to select recognitions, because by the time I finish with this, you all will forget it because it is a lot of information. So as I mentioned yesterday, I already sent my first remind text. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Through eBuddy and through Remind, I am going to send your instructions on how to do these as the time comes near of you needing how to do this. Make sure you visit our shops. They have a lot of really neat cookie merchandise. They have car magnets, they have yard signs, they have those really cool cookie cards, they have t-shirts, they have keychains, they have beanies, they have these cookie booths. Let me move that. Cookie booth in a bag that has all this stuff here that is listed. And I know that they're running out of these. So if you want one, make sure you place an order as soon as you can. So here are our banking procedures. As mentioned, all troops participating must turn in their cookie form, troop cookie manager position form, and their ACH form. As you all receive money from your parents, please make sure you are depositing that into your troop account. As I mentioned, if you have any NSF checks, you would submit that discrepancy form to me within 7 days of that notification. And I would need all forms by noon, March 15th. The council is going to ACH directly from your troop bank account on the following dates. The first ACH is January 31st, and we are going to withdraw $1.50 per box of your initial order plus your first week of reorders. Keep in mind that you are not going to send in money no more, and this is actually 3 weeks after the cookie sale starts. So 3 weeks you have to collect that money. If by any chance you do not have that money, that's okay. We just need to know. You just need to let us know, because if not, we're automatically going to withdraw that money. And we just want communications saying like, hey, it's not ready. Your second ACH will be February 14th. And again, we will do $1.50 per box of you ordering on your second and third week of reorders. And on March 27th will be the remaining balance. So now we're going to talk a little bit about technology. Little Brownie has a really cool eBuddy app that anything that you can do on your desktop, you can do on the app. And that includes the dashboard, settings, display booth information, eBuddy, the VIP trading, the cookie locator, anything that you can see on your dashboard, on your desktop, you will be able to see on your the app. This is what your dashboard looks like now. All important dates will be on the top listed. Any messages from the council, there will be a troop checklist. It will tell you where your sales are this year compared to last year. It'll tell you what cookie booths you have, and it actually tells you right there to watch and learn. Click and watch the VIPE training. All of that will be on your dashboard. You this year, if when a volunteer hovers over covered location and address will show up in the text box. This is obviously not from our council. This is what we were given for training purposes, but it's the same thing. You will also be able to release a cookie booth right then and there. So on your calendar, it will show that you have a cookie booth, as you can see right there, booth sale at Augsburg College Student Union. If you need to release it because you cancel the booth, and you just click on release and you give another troop an opportunity to select that booth. Cookie exchange is a really good tool to have, especially when dealing at the end of the cookie sale, when you look at your living room and you still have a lot of cookies, or you just are like, nope, I just want to start getting rid of them. Basically, this is how you communicate to all troops of our council stating that you have some cookies you would like to trade. And as it says right there, if you hover over the email address, you discover the zip code for that particular troop. It would be up to you all as troops to meet up and get those cookies, but when you do it in the system and you click exchange, it will automatically do the transfer for you. You also would list your virtual gift of caring. It is going to be listed under gift of caring, but as you know, ours is called Cookies for a Cause. The booth sale recorder, this one's really neat because it'll list all the cookie booths there. And if you want to divide your cookie booths there, you would select the girls that attend your cookie booth, and then it'll actually ask you how many cookies did you sell at this cookie booth. And if you put 500 boxes, and then you would click the girls who attended that one, it will automatically distribute and do a transfer for all those girls that were at the cookie booth evenly. And you do not have to do any more transfers. You can do it at one time. So that is really, really neat. Yeah, so booth sale and money for the cookies are posted on there as well. So after you are done with this webinar and you've turned in all your forms so we can give you access, of course, you're going to go back and you're going to have a parent meeting. With your parents, you're going to discuss your paperwork that they need signed, and you're going to talk about receipts. You're going to talk about important deadlines, dates, the do's and don'ts on social media. You're going to talk about illegal cookie booths, expectations on booths and door-to-door, initial order and reorders. With your girls, you will always want to discuss the 5 skills, safety. You're going to talk about badges, money handling, the cookies, let them know we have that new cookie, booth etiquette. You're going to set goals, and you talk about online sales. Now, your initial order, I've already said multiple times, is due by midnight, December 9th. Our On My Honor date, what that means is that you cannot start selling cookies until January 11th. Trust me when I say that if there are troops out there, girls or parents selling cookies before this date, we will know because somebody will tell us. When you do go pick up your initial delivery, you need to make sure that your vehicles are empty and ready to be loaded. Please do not show up trying to pick up 400 cases of cookies with 5 car seats, your groceries, the soccer equipment. Please, please do not. One thing that is new this year is that if you are in the Charleston area and if you are picking up cookies at Del J. Cook, in the past, you had to show up around a certain time with your service unit. That is not the case anymore. The council will be there. So whatever time is available, that is the time you would select for your cookies for Del J. Cook. Avoid bringing children for the safety of everyone, and always bring a counter as a second adult as a counter, because once you have those cookies loaded in your vehicle and they're signed for, you are financially responsible for them, and we cannot do anything after you have left. So we know a lot of you are Houdinis and know exactly how many boxes of cookies fit in your vehicles, but this is the standard GSUSA amounts that are suggestions, I guess, of what you can fit into your vehicle. As I mentioned, return troops, I will send you your 70% of your initial order. We will also send to your service unit cookie chair suggestions for new troops. And here are your important deadlines. As I've mentioned again, your initial orders due December 9th. Their service unit, if they are going to review those orders and submit them by December 10th. The cookie sale does start January 11th. The cookie deliveries start the week of January 6th. Booth sales are January 18th through March 8th. Bling My Booth weekend is February 21st through the 23rd. The first ACH is January 31st. The second ACH is February 14th. The cookie sale ends March 8th. All Grow Money due to Troop is March 15th. Your final rewards order due is March 20th, and your final ACH is March 27th. So where do you go to get help? eBuddy, once you have your login, I've already used it twice. In fact, I used it last night. They have on your right-hand side, on the way right corner, there's a tab called eBuddy Help Center. It's very helpful. There's a search button. I mean, that can tell you pretty much everything you need to do in eBuddy. You can always go back to this PowerPoint. This PowerPoint is already listed on our website, so it is already there. Your service unit cookie chair. The council here, we're going to start something new this year, is because in the past, troops, we love hearing from you, and it's not that we do not want to talk to you. It's just that you, just like you sign a troop manager position form, your service unit cookie chairs also sign something. They are trained. They know these dates. They know this system probably better than I do. So what we are going to do from here on is if you email myself or Deborah, we are going to direct all those emails right back to your service unit cookie chair. If for some crazy reason they do not know the answer, they will contact me. They have my personal cell phone number and I will help them, and then they will help you. We just want to go back to them helping you because this is just like you, they're volunteers, and this is what they signed up for. This is what they want. They want to help you. Let's utilize them. So with that being said, congratulations, you are done. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. This does count, as I mentioned, as your cookie training. If you do need additional help, as I mentioned, please contact your service unit cookie chair. In order for me to give you access to eBuddy, I do need those two forms I told you about. They are on our website. It is the Troop Cookie Manager Position form and the ACH form if you have not turned in one from the fall product. So thank you so much. We hope you have a great 2020 cookie season, and we will see you soon.